Have to do a little video here. One thing that I've noticed online is there's this increasing number of videos coming out of people complaining about ratchet back drag. And I got to tell you, these people would have never made it when I started turning wrenches back in 1979. Back then, your normal ratchet was 36.2. Some had even fewer. Here are 3 examples. Now this is a snap-on half-inch ratchet. This is a 36 tooth ratchet. It's the S936 is the part number of it. It's a 36 tooth ratchet. Boy, these guys on YouTube today, I don't think they could handle a ratchet like this. I don't think their wrist could handle it. I don't think their arm would. If they had to work with this ratchet, I think they'd be balled up in a corner sucking their thumb with an ice pack on their wrist. I truly believe that today. I have never seen such crying and whining about an issue that is really a non-issue. I mean, 36 tooth ratchet here. I mean, we worked with these every day. Nobody ever complained about it. We got the job done. That's the half-inch drive. Here's a 3/8 drive. This is a snap-on bent handle flex head, 36 tooth. Worked with this for years. Years. Never had a problem. We got the job done. Nobody complained. Nobody cried. Nobody went over and balled up in a corner with an ice pack on their wrist complaining, oh, my wrist hurts from the back drag. Little 1/4 inch. This is a 36 tooth ratchet. Or I mean a 32. Hang on a minute. No, 36. This is a 36 tooth ratchet. Same thing. In the 1/4 inch size. I've worked with this ratchet for years. Never a problem. Was never an issue. But now, these mechanics today, I tell you, I don't understand it. Now, here's a newer snap-on ratchet. This one here is a dual 80. It's an S80 is the part number. Yeah, it's got less back drag. But you know what? It doesn't prevent me from working with this other one. It works just as well. The advantage to the high tooth count ratchets isn't about back drag. That was never why they were designed. The whole issue that makes it advantageous to have the higher tooth count is you have less swing arc. So if you're in a confined space, you grip the teeth quicker. So you can continue working in a smaller confined area. That's the advantage to these high tooth count ratchets. You know, here's the new bent handle flex head snap-on. It's the dual 80 tooth count. It works no better than that one other than, yeah, it has less back drag, but it doesn't prevent that other one from doing the same job without issue. And again, the less back drag means you can work in a tighter confined space by gripping the teeth quicker. It engages them quicker. Another thing that's become popular is bitching and moaning about the snap-on, they call them Synergy, starts with a C, Synergy ratchets, which are 100 tooth. Now they have a little bit more back drag than does the dual 80, but it's not that much. I mean, you would think that these people are frickin' breaking their wrists working these ratchets. This here's a straight handle, long handle, flex head. And I have no issues with this ratchet. It works fine. And again, it's for confined spaces. Has more teeth than the dual 80. So if you're in a confined space, it engages the teeth quicker so you can get that fastener tightened or loosened in a confined space. That's the big advantage to the big tooth count. Had nothing to do with back drag. Now here's a snap-on. This is a 72 tooth. This is a T72 is the part number. So yeah, this one has less back drag than the other, but it was never an issue. Again, the whole advantage is in confined spaces. You're engaging the teeth quicker, so you can get that nut or bolt undone or tightened in a confined space. That's what it's all about, not back drag. I mean, if you can't handle the back drag on these, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you should give up wrenching, because I find this to be one of the dumbest arguments and videos out there, is this complaining about the back drag of ratchets. I mean, these guys would have never made it when I started back in 1979, 45 years ago. This was all we had. And if these guys complain, piss, bitch, and moan about all these new ratchets, because, oh, the back drag's too high, I literally don't know what they would have done back in the day. I mean, it's like we have bred an entire group of wimps that are now working on vehicles and using these tools. I will continue using these 36 tooth tools. There's nothing wrong with them. I'll use the 80 tooth, the 72 tooth, and the 100 tooth ones. They're all good tools. But this one video after the next, I know what it is. One person made a video about back drag. He got a lot of hits on it. And next thing you know, all the other channels decide, oh, I got to make a video about back drag. And they hook up little homemade scales and stuff. Seriously, there's not a ratchet out there that you cannot operate. I mean, who cares? If I got to reach down and hold the socket or the extension with one hand while I'm working it, when I'm tightening or loosening that nut or bolt. Really? Is that big of a deal? If you're that adamant about it, go buy you one of them friction ratchets, the one that are toothless. Then you won't have any back drag. The problem with them is you put too much torque on them, they slip. But yeah, this is just a rant, something that I just had to put out there, because I got to tell you, there's so many videos about back drag now that I just think it's totally ridiculous. If you can't handle this ratchet, you shouldn't even be holding tools. That's my opinion.